Hey everyone, hope you have enjoyed the week. This is an amazing opportunity for everyone this week to get a lot of valuable content and information about various things that are going on in your life just now, especially with the current situation with pandemic. So I hope everybody's getting lots and lots out of this. We as coaches have got lots of skills and experience and knowledge, and we're here to help you as much as possible. So I'm going to get crack on with the presentation. So what I'm going to do now is share my screen. So here we go. Yes, that is it here. Excellent. So this is my logo. I will just move on to the next one. So my name is Yvonne Dodd, and I run a business called Effect Coaching. Our presentation today is about starting up your own business, because I think at this time it's something that people will be thinking about, because through no fault of their own, people are now in a position that they may be looking to start a business. They might have been made redundant. They may just be thinking about that this time. And obviously Ali Bagley has done a presentation on the redundancy issue, so you'll have seen that, and if you have been made redundant, you'll get a lot of really useful information there. But it's maybe something you've been thinking about for a while, and sometimes when you're thinking about something, you find in life that it's probably called the law of the universe, that things happen for a reason, and sometimes if you've been thinking about that and you have been made redundant, it then gives you that opportunity to grab the bull by the horns and go for it, because this is your absolute opportunity to do so. So this is about strengthening your mindset in terms of starting a business as well, because we all know anyone that's started their own business or been in this position before will know that your mindset's got to be in quite a strong place for you to become an entrepreneur, because it can be hard work at times, and as in life in general can be difficult. Obstacles and things come up all the time that you're having to deal with. So in a business, it's important that you do that. So who am I? As I say, my name's Yvonne Dodd. I am married to Stephen. I have two children, a boy aged 12 and a daughter aged 13, soon to be 14. I'm quite an outgoing person. I love people, I love working with people, and I love helping people. And I believe that one of my strengths is being a particularly good problem solver. I'm quite good at being presented with a problem from someone and then being able to solve that in one way or another. And I can give people lots of different suggestions as to how to solve their problems. And I've noticed that throughout my life, not just in the job that I have, but personally, people have come to me to say that they've had a problem, and I've been able to kind of give them scenarios on how to solve that. So what are my experiences? I'm not going to delve too deeply into me, because this isn't about me. But I have had lots and lots of different life experiences. And during my childhood, I probably attended 8 to 9 schools, because I moved about a lot due to my dad's job and stuff. And I lived at the other side of the world as well. So I had an interesting childhood, and because I met so many different people throughout my life, I formed friendships. Sometimes it's quite unfortunate, because I would have to leave friendships as a child, and I had to leave my family when my grandparents and such like when we moved to the other side of the world. But obviously I was moving with my immediate family. So I have been a social worker for 21 years. I work with offenders, I have worked with foster placement team as well, doing form F assessments to assess foster carers for their suitability to have children living with them. So I have dealt with people that have experienced extreme trauma, and they use substances as a form of escaping the difficulties they've experienced in their lives, and some of them have suffered from really traumatic times in terms of physical, sexual abuse, neglect, all sorts of awful things that have happened to them, which has then led to difficulties in their adulthood. And you've got to be quite understanding of that in terms of trying to help people and try and change their life. So I've got a lot of experience that way. So my other experience is that I have a property rental company, and I've had that since 2006. So I have a lot of experience of having my own business anyway. So that's been interesting over the years. You can imagine the trials and tribulations of renting out properties to people, but it's also been quite an interesting experience. I've also been on quite a bit of a self-development journey over the last few years, and that's been one of a sort of spiritual journey as well. And I'm also going to put a little video in here about that too, because I also run a separate program. But in terms of setting up my own business, although I've had a property rental company since 2006, the life coaching business that I have at the moment is totally and utterly different, because it involves marketing, it's involved social media, whereas my other business goes to a letting company. I deal with the things that I need to deal with, and that's more or less it. I don't have to deal with all the social media stuff. So it's been an amazing and exciting journey, which I've absolutely loved. But I've learned a heck of a lot in terms of setting up a business, and that's why I'm doing this presentation just now, because it's about helping other people as well. So yes, I'm a fully certified NLP coach. That involves hypnosis as well, and timelines. So I work with helping people in terms of their limiting beliefs and do specific work in relation to that. There's a lot of other things that I do as well. And as I say, I combine the sort of spiritual element to that as well. But I really, really believe that everything starts with your mindset. And you've got to have a strong mindset in order to survive personal, business and career life. And I have worked on those things myself. That's how I'm able to help other people, because I have strengthened my mindset, and I feel like I'm a much more resilient person. But I'm also realistic enough to know that, we're all humans, we all experience things in different ways. And life gets in the way sometimes, but if your mindset's strong, it helps you get over these things much easier, and you can bounce back a lot easier. The challenges, yes, being an entrepreneur or having your own business can be very challenging. So the things that I've learned over this period of time, with both businesses really, but mainly I've noticed since last year I have built up my own websites. I've built that on my own. I've got my own Facebook pages and Instagram and all the rest of it. I've had to learn a heck of a lot of things, and sometimes it's been quite overwhelming, because it's almost like, is this ever going to stop all the learning that I've got to do? But you've got to give yourself a break and actually give yourself a pat on the back for the things that you actually have done and that you've achieved, because it's pretty amazing what you learn when you do this kind of thing. Entrepreneurs can be challenging in terms of working long hours. Again, as I've said before, it's a massive learning curve. You've got all your marketing stuff to learn. And also you've got to find customers. So whether that's product based or service based, you've got to find customers out there. So, if you have a shop that people can come to, It's sometimes easier to sell things because you've got everything laid out in front of you, or people are going shopping, they're going to automatically come into your shop. Whereas if you're doing things online, you've got to get customers to find you. And that's all the kind of things that you need to learn about in terms of marketing, social media. And you can do that organically, or you could do it through paid advertising. And also, it's about who to listen to and who not to listen to. Over the last year, I have watched so many videos, YouTube information, been on webinars, you name it, I've been there and I've done it and I've listened to everything. So it's about knowing who to listen to and who not to, who to trust as well. Because you can actually spend quite a lot of money getting people to help you out that may not necessarily work out very successfully. So it's about make sure that you make the right decisions in this business as well. But that having your own business and being an entrepreneur can also be very, very rewarding. I have to apologise because I've got my phone here and it's pinging away, so hopefully that doesn't put you off this presentation. So yeah, the benefits of running your own business, being your own boss, making your own decisions, but hopefully I'll not put you off. Want to get time off? You decide whether you have time off or not. You don't have to go to someone to get permission. Satisfaction of doing a good job on your own and achieving that yourself. You become more independent and it promotes self-esteem. For me, the thing about having my own business as well is about having that time of freedom to do what I want when I want, spend time with my family when I want to, make my own money and not have to ask anyone else for permission or explain to everybody why I was off sick. So, you know, when I am off and I've got to take time off. So yeah, there's a lot of great reasons as to have your own business. And I know sometimes it could be quite difficult because, you know, especially if you've been used to getting paid. I'm in that position myself. You know, I've been used to working and getting a monthly wage. I've been used to getting paid for my annual leave when I'm off, sick pay, all that kind of stuff. You have to make sure that you've got all the right insurance policies at the back of you when you're doing this kind of thing as well. But the freedom, the time and the money that it brings you can be very, very rewarding and very, very exciting. So yes, as I said earlier on, mindset. So what gets in the way? Now, this is you know, I've written all these things down here. I'm going to speak a little bit about each thing. This is a whole other workshop. This is a whole other presentation in terms of mindset. And this is, when I'm doing my coaching, this is what I start off with first, because I believe that your mindset is what gets you on in life. And I really feel that whatever you're achieving in life, whether it's a new business, whether it's about getting fitter, healthier, leaving a relationship or whatever that may be, it's about your mindset and how you can get on and through life because you can strengthen your mindset up. So what gets in the way with moving forward or striving in terms of setting up your own business is about limiting beliefs. Again, as I said earlier on, as a coach, I can work with people to get rid of those limiting beliefs, which is an incredibly powerful place to be. And because your limiting beliefs is what you've been told throughout your life or your childhood, you believe to be true. And that is sometimes being formed from other people's beliefs because that's been passed on to them. And just because you've been told something doesn't necessarily mean to say that's true. So always please remember that. And in the work I do, I can bring people back in the timelines to identify where it is that the limiting beliefs have been formed. Now that might be something that, you know, that might be experiences that people are having throughout their life. Continually getting told the same thing about not being good enough. It could be about a teacher maybe have said, oh, you're never going to get anywhere in life, and you believe that to be true. Because someone's told you that doesn't necessarily mean to say that that's true. And this is where self-sabotage comes in as well, because if you believe that you're not good enough and all the other things that come with self-sabotage, then you just sit where you are and think that I'm not going to move forward with doing the things that I want to do in my life. And the same with imposter syndrome. You know, you could be working in a job for 10, 20, 30 years, and it's almost like, well, someone's going to come along and tell everybody how bad I really am. Someone's going to find out how bad I am because you don't believe in yourself enough. And I bet you any money, you know, after working for a certain amount of time, building all the knowledge and experience and skills that you have, you are good enough to do that job. You are absolutely good enough to do that job. And as a coach, that's what our job is, to bring that out, to make you believe that you are actually good enough to move forward and do what you want in your life. So what the kind of things that you can think about in terms of changing your mindset is about developing morning routines. So for me, for example, I do meditation. Sometimes I'll journal. So if there are things that are bothering you that you want to get off your mind, you can journal them and write them down. Even if you've got some good ideas, get them down on a bit of paper. It's very, very cathartic, if you like, to get these written down on a piece of paper, either brain dump or get your ideas down, written down. And meditation is is an amazing way of being able to use your intuition and giving you time and space to think in that still space, in the calm space, to allow you to think within what you need to do in terms of your business or where you want to go in the future and go in the right direction. And affirmations are very powerful as well. So you can use affirmations. So that could be a line, a number of lines. You could read that out constantly over a period of the day. Just constantly tell yourself, I am good enough. I am amazing. I can succeed. I am powerful. I am strong. Whatever it is that means something to you, continue to use them because they are incredibly, incredibly powerful. And like I said earlier, the NLP practices that I do can really help in terms of unresolved issues that you need to address in terms of moving forward. So there's a lot of advantages of having a coach and working with someone that's NLP trained or has the skills and experience of working with people for over 20 years, in fact. So what I want you to think about as well is, and this is extremely important, because if you're starting up a business, it's very important not to time waste. So what you want to think about is, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? So you have to be in alignment. You've got to be in the correct energetic field, if you like, to move forward. You've got to be excited. You've got to enjoy what you're doing. So, for example, with my life coaching, I absolutely love helping people. I love to see people thriving, and I love to see people getting on in life. So that to me is a purpose. It's serving other people and it's helping other people. And I've done that for the last 20 odd years. You know, if I can see people getting on and making real changes in their life, it really gives me a lot of satisfaction. And I want you to think the same as well, whatever you're doing, whether it's product based or service based. I want you to think about what your purpose is. And all these questions, all these things that I've got written down here will really, really get you focused and really help you think about where it is you need to go. You don't waste your time. Life's too short. Make sure you're doing what you need to do in order to start up your own business. Make sure it's what you want to do and not what someone else wants to do. So what I want you to do is, I want you to ask, first of all, what is your identity? Who do you need to be to get to that place? What are your beliefs and values? What is the thing that you want to do important to you? And which values are you actually honouring? What are the capabilities that you need to get it? So what is it you need to do in order to achieve? Do you need to go on a training course? Do you need to learn new skills? Do you need to do some voluntary work? What is it you need to do? and what are the most important actions that you need to take first, and what environment is it you need to do, where are you going to do it, and where will you be, where do you see yourself. Think about that place, and you take a flag and you put the flag in that place of when you're going to start being in that place that you want to be in with your business. Make a list of all these things, and that'll help you get clearer. Write that down. Write a list of all the things that you want to do. Answer those questions that I've got up there, and then go back and revisit it and really think about it. Give yourself a time away in quietness to really think about it. And again, I would go back to the meditation, because if you meditate, that'll give you a clear focus, and it'll allow you to really think about what your purpose is and what you want to do. It's an extremely powerful exercise to do that I do with people that I work with. Brand business is extremely important to think about who you are. A brand is not just about the wording that you use. It's not just about the colour you use, and all those things are very, very important. But really, really dig deep and think about who you are as a person. What is your personality? I have another exercise that I do with people, and it's a mind map, and involves you being in the middle and thinking about all the various other things that you need to think about. And it's a really good way of really getting focused about where you need to go, who you are as a business, and what your brand is. And you can use a mind map in lots of different in your business or personal areas in your life. What is your service? What is it you want to offer people, and how are you going to get that message over to people in your branding? What colours do you want to use? So you can use all sorts of things in terms of getting your colours. Go into the internet, use a colour chart, pick out colours that might work really well together. Do they speak your language? Are they you? Do they fit in with your personality? Are they bright, bold colours if you're an outgoing person and you want to work with people that are very similar to you? Do you want to have calm colours because that's part of your personality? It's all an individual choice, and it's about speaking to that person that wants to work with you. What language do you want to speak in terms of your ideal customer or your ideal client? What message do you want to get over to them in terms of what you want to sell to them? And again, it's not always about selling. It's about giving people value and content and making sure that you really care about what it is you're offering to them. So think about all those things as well. These are very basic things. I can go a lot deeper into this. There's a lot more information, but this is a presentation that will just give you something to think about. Systems. You really need to think about all the systems that you need to put in place for the business. Now that could be physical systems like filing cabinets, filing drawers, a desk, lamps, all the things that you need to maybe set up an office. A website, so in order for people to find you, and for Google to find you, and all the different places that you might want other people to find your business and what you have to offer, you have to have a really good website. Now that might be about you finding a web designer, because it is quite time consuming. I did build up my own website when I first started, but that's more about me, because I am very, I want to know that I know every single thing about my own business. I want to know what my business does at a deeper level. I want to know how a website works. I want to know how social works. But that's just a personal thing. You may find that that's not for you, and you want to get on with other things. But these days, you really need to have a really good website where people can find you. And again, there's a heck of a lot more information in terms of websites, information that I can give you about that. But you know, this for the purposes of this presentation today, it's just to give you something to think about. And again, social media. You know, you've got to think about what works for you. Some people find that Facebook works really well for them, or maybe Instagram works better for them, or LinkedIn or Twitter. Or another thing you want to do is maybe make videos, and you can link your YouTube to your social media like Facebook, etc. Because it all works together. You can direct people from one website, one social media platform to another, and it could really be quite effective. An email system. So you want to have a good email system that people can identify you with. So that would be a business email address, and make sure you keep that separate from your own one. And it looks much more professional as well. And at the end of your email, you can have something set up that you can have a little professional bit at the bottom, your name, your business, and all your links to your social media websites as well, your website or your Facebook page, etc. It just looks a lot more professional. And the other thing I want to say, and I'm not going to really go too much into this because I know this is going to be covered in other areas during this presentation, during this coaching summit this week. But you know, sometimes if you have a business already, in this current situation with lockdown, COVID, you have to repivot and repurpose your business. So don't think because, well, that's it, you know, I'm not able to sell to this person or to that person. We're going through massive change just now, and you have to think about how else you can change your business that will suit you and everybody else round about you. Society is changing, and I think this is going to change for the future. So really think about how you can do that. Now, if you take some examples of businesses like restaurants, for example, people can't run a business the way it was before in a restaurant. So what they're doing is they're doing a lot more takeaway. They're, you know, more people are at home just now, so they're making up menus, they're delivering through people's doors, they're going on Facebook, and they're making people aware of them doing delivery services. So they're repurposing their business. So rather than coming and sitting in a restaurant now, they're delivering to people's doors. And that's the same with lots of different things. Even if you're, for example, if you're a tradesman and you've got a lot of skills and experience, you could actually start making up YouTube channels to show people how to do things that they don't know. You know, you can do things online now, really helping people out with things that they might want to do either within their personal life or their professional life. So, you know, it's just about thinking in a different way, thinking about how you can change your business, reevaluating your business to change that to work for you and to work for everyone else. So yeah, use your skills, experience and knowledge, or do some extra training that you might need to do in terms of how you advertise better online. You know, maybe you need to do some more training in terms of how you get your business known online if you want to go in a different direction and you want to repurpose and pivot in a different way. And it could be an exciting opportunity for you. Think about it that way. Try and think of it as positively as you can. And go back to your values and beliefs that we talked about before. What excites you? What motivates you? What gets you up in the morning, jumping out of bed? You know, you could be working in a job that you're earning £80,000 to £100,000 a year, but you could be reducing that by 20 or 30,000 a year, and you might want to work 56, maybe double the amount of hours every week. If you enjoy what you do, you're going to get more satisfaction out of that. So think about that as well. It's about getting satisfaction and having a purpose in your life as well. Okay, so just a little bit about my program that I do. It's called Stepping Into Your Future Self. So what my program offers is one-to-one coaching with myself, an NLP business career and mindset coach. And as I've talked about in my presentation earlier on, a lot of what I do in the very beginning is about changing your mindset, and I like to make sure that people's mindset is in the right place before they move forward, because if you've got a strong, resilient mindset, it makes a massive amount of difference. I also offer weekly accountability in terms of achieving your goals. So it's about setting your goals and what you're going to achieve, and it's having someone that you can be accountable to every week to make sure that you are achieving those goals. And also I do a little bit about looking at helping people change their career as well. But at the moment I'm kind of focusing on the business side of things. So yeah, that's my website at the bottom, the effectcoaching.co.uk. If you want to have a look, then you're more than welcome to do that. I'll tell you a little bit more about that as well. I've got a little bit more information here in terms of specifically what's involved in my programme. So I kind of I've covered a lot in terms of my presentation today, and I also offer other things like free items with my programme as well. And I've also got an Etsy page that I have ebooks on, and I sell other items as well. Again, I've repurposed and refocused and started doing other things as well. So the ebooks that I offer are really quite helpful in terms of you know, vision boards and the spiritual side of things. But I've also got a handout, a starting your business handout, which I'm also, if you notice, putting in the Coaching Summit Facebook page as well. So you've got free access to that, as well as other things that I've got as well. So have a look in the Facebook page and you'll see all the things that I have on offer. And I'm going to put a mindset checklist in there as well. So I'm going to do another presentation, have a wee look for it. It's called the Mandela Journey, and it's a spiritual development program. I'm very, very excited to offer this as well. And if you have a look at that, in my other presentation, I'll tell you a little bit more about that as well. So there's my website, theffectcoaching.co.uk. I've also got a Facebook page. That's all the details there. If you want to contact me, just message me here, private message me. I'll put something in the Coaching Summit page. I'd also like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to all the other coaches that are here today. They're all wonderful ladies. I so enjoy working with them. They're amazing. They've got amazing things to offer. I think it's very important that, you know, if someone comes to me and they want some kind of help, you know, maybe even if I'm helping them and then a little bit further along, they maybe want help with, you know, relationships or anything else that might any of the other coaches have to offer, it's important that we kind of point them in the right direction as well. So there's a lot of amazing content here. We've got a lot of good things to offer. I really hope this has been helpful for you today. And thank you so much for watching my presentation. I will be doing a live broadcast. I'll be answering questions or Q&A at 1:30 today, and I'll also be doing one at 7 o'clock. So I'd love for you to join me. Write down any questions that you have, or put them to me just now so that I'm ready for you later on. And I look forward to seeing you later. Take care, and thank you so much for watching my presentation. I'm going to take my glasses off because they've been glaring the whole time. Right, I shall speak to you all very, very soon. Thank you again for watching. Bye.